What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review, and this time we're going to be covering a Christmas classic, the seminal Christmas movie. That is the first Die Hard movie with Bruce Willis. Come on now. What's a Christmas movie marathon without Die Hard, without the first Die Hard? A seminal Christmas classic. Has all those classic Christmas tropes. Professional thieves being disguised as terrorists. A cop trying to see his wife and kids in LA during Christmas. The whole building gets under siege by these terrorists who we find out are just nothing but thieves. And Bruce Willis as John McClane has to take them all down on Christmas. The first Die Hard's fucking awesome. Come on now. This movie is directed by John McTiernan with cinematography by Jan de Bon. If I pronounce his name, I don't know, I'm not French. But anyway, let's talk seriously. Die Hard 1, amazing action movie. This movie's great. I love its grounded, gritty realism, and that has a lot to do with the cinematography. The cinematography in this movie is beautiful. It's got, like I said, it's got that dirty, grounded, gritty realism to it. And John McTiernan's direction is amazing. He keeps everything very level-headed. And everything is told through the point of view of John McClane, who is this everyman, who we can all relate to. We can all relate to being an everyman, but we can't. And maybe some of us can relate to being in extreme situations, which is what John McClane is, a cop from New York in a very extreme situation. And Bruce Willis brings this character to life. You can't say enough about John McClane. You know, he is the modern day cowboy, pretty much. You know, he is Grace Kelly and Roy Rogers. He's that modern day cowboy. And the supporting cast is great too. You got the amazing Alan Rickman as Hans Gruber, you know, where are my detonators? You got Bonnie Belinda as McClane's wife Holly. You got Hart Bochner as this guy Ellis, who has the hots for John's wife, is a cokehead, and since he's too stupid to read between the lines, he pretty much cost himself his own life. But Hart played a really good dickhead sleaze as Ellis, so yeah, performance-wise is great. And like I said, Alan Rickman as Hans is great. You know, Rickman just has a lot of natural charisma to him, and he pretty much brings Han to life. And his henchmen are pretty cool too. You know they're one-dimensional. They're just there to die, but they're funny in their own way. But they're pretty cool in their own way. You got Paul Gleason as this guy, as the chief deputy of the LAPD. Dwayne T. Robinson, and I love the antagonistic relationship he has with John McClane. That's funny, especially when McClane just puts him in his place. It's hysterical. And Gleason has a couple of funny lines himself. But my main high point of this movie is the chemistry between Bruce Willis and Reginald VelJohnson. You know, Al Powell. The chemistry between McClane and Powell is great because throughout the course of the movie, they pretty much become friends. And they never share any screen time with one another until the last 5 minutes of the movie. But throughout that, they're just talking through walkie-talkie, and we get to see a budding friendship between the two, and their chemistry is great. They play off one another very, very well. Willis and Johnson have good chemistry together. So in a sense, Die Hard, kind of sort of does become almost like a buddy cop, but doesn't become a buddy cop, if that makes any sense. We'll say that we'll call Reginald VelJohnson's, we'll call Sergeant Al Powell's, we'll call Powell McClane's guardian angel in a way. He's there only in voice, but not in presence. His presence is outside, seeing all the mayhem. Speaking of which, the mayhem in this movie is so much fun. The gunfights are great. They're fun. This is a very fun freaking movie. Die Hard is a fun fucking movie. Everything about it is fun. The gunfights are fun. The characters are fun. The story is fun. It's not hard to follow at all. It's very simple. You know, the characters are interesting. John McClane is one of those action characters, one of those action heroes that just stays with you, and he stands the test of time. You know, the whole Well, this the entire movie just being like set in this one building. You know, you get that feeling of claustrophobia, and throughout the progression of this movie, we see John McClane. You know, he gets tired, he gets wounded, he gets bloody. You know, there are times where he barely gets out of situations, and the entire time he does this, he's wearing no shoes, which even sucks even more because his feet get torn to shreds, which makes it impossible for him to even walk or even move. So yeah, you know. This movie, Die Hard 1, it's great, you know. I'm just talking about it in broad strokes, because if I go on to really examine this movie, then I'll be here forever. But I don't want to be here forever, because I want people to watch the first Die Hard movie, because rewatch it again, because that feeling you had when you first saw it, I guarantee you it's going to come back in full force. So yeah, Die Hard 1, to me, is a solid 10 out of 10. I love everything about it. One of the best action movies ever made, and of course, it made Bruce Willis into one of the best action stars today. And probably out of the big three action stars, which is Stallone, Schwarzenegger, and Willis, to me, Willis is the better actor of the three. And it clearly shows in this movie because Willis pulls off the comedy great, pulls off the action great, and pulls off the drama great. And he's able to mix all those elements in a very, very cool way. So yeah, 10 out of 10. If you haven't seen Die Hard 1, what are you waiting for? Check it out. If you have seen Die Hard 1, watch it again in spirit of Christmas. Anyway, I'm AJ Legend. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll check you back next time for more.